The amount of music that's out there that exists in this world is basically infinite, because there's no way that one person could listen to everything that's out there in one lifetime. And the amount of music that you might think is out there, multiply it thousands fold, because that's how much there really is. But a lot of people struggle with trying to find, new forms of music, new genres, new styles, new artists. But it's actually quite easy. And so today I'm going to go through loads of different styles and methods on how to discover some new things so that your music taste and your repertoire become very, very diverse. Let's dive into it. My name is Eli from Good Tiger, Bad Tiger. So we're going to discuss 14 different methods, just different avenues on how to discover new things, and it's going to be split into actually 2 different videos here. The first one, this one, is going to be talking about how to utilize the internet and all the different ways that you can find new things, kind of at a very alarming and efficient pace. So I say we get straight into it. So to start off with something that I'd say pretty much everybody I know uses is the major streaming services like Apple or Spotify. I personally use Apple, just what I do. And what I'm talking about here is like curated playlists by an artist, by a DJ, by a record label, by an organization. They put together these massive lists that spans many different styles and genres, and you can find pretty much any to suit a taste. And you can really find loads and loads of cool stuff very easily because it's already on a streaming service. And so some examples of playlists are Harper's Bazaar, huge mixes there, and they bring in a bunch of different artists. There is the Estelle Show, if you know what Estelle, she's like a modern R&B, rap, reggae artist. And then my personal favorite is Aime Leon Dore, which is this fashion brand, but they curate these playlists on both Apple and Spotify. I checked on Spotify, and these are like 12 hours long, just full of R&B and rap and soul, loads and loads and loads of different stuff. And there's like 14, I think it's like 218 Mulberry Ave or Mulberry Street or something. Check those out. Those are great playlists. But as an example, those 3 series, they just tons and tons and tons of new stuff. And those are just kind of like in the R&B, soul, rap realm. That's kind of an area that I like to dig into. Those are just great ways to find new artists if you're into that type of thing. But there's really playlists for any style out there. If you're a metal fan, then I'm sure there's tons of playlists that are curated for that. And one thing I want to mention really quick is, I try to stray away from the Apple Music generated playlists that, I'm not talking about the ones that they make where it's like, they have like a playlist called like Waves, where it's just kind of like indie, or like a lo-fi playlist. What I'm talking about is the ones that they generate daily for you. Those are very predictable. Those kind of keep you in your comfort zone. So really, I'd suggest going for those curated playlists. Either it's a curated playlist by Apple that it was made by people who work there or specific curators, or if it's like a show, or a DJ mix. Check those out because you're going to find loads of things you've never seen before, and you definitely won't regret it. It's an easy way, so that's the first method here. So the next platform that I'm going to use as an example is YouTube, and I think YouTube, if utilized correctly, is just an insane source because it's easy to use. You can pull up stuff pretty much instantly. You can search things up pretty easily. And there's more on it than there is on any streaming service because there's loads of stuff that isn't on streaming that's just on YouTube. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to share my screen here. All right, so we're going to be using my YouTube as an example here. I'm going to try my best not to invade any privacy. But you can see I'm subscribed to loads and loads and loads of different channels. And what I find interesting is that every channel is just, can be filled with just loads and loads and loads of stuff from different styles, different genres. And so if you can find a good channel, subscribe to it. They might just have a huge library. And so I have some examples here. I will be shouting out some channels here. This is a really cool one, Eastern European Shoegaze. If you're into shoegaze rock, then this is a cool channel. They have loads of stuff that you've never heard of, just a variety of different albums and artists from places that you wouldn't expect. And I found some pretty cool albums on here. Here's a great album. Here's a great artist. This album Swirl is excellent. Ecstasy of St. Teresa, they're a bit more well known. Noir for Rachel, Dreamfish, and then where was it here? The Mysterious Town of Oak Hill. Super cool. This is just one channel here, and they have 71 videos. We have this one here. This is a lot of emo, indie rock, post-hardcore. I love emo. It's probably my favorite genre generally, although I try to listen to a huge variety of things. But this is an excellent channel. They have tons of stuff that you just never heard of, like I've never listened to The Rookie lot, or I've listened to Bob Tilton. There's loads of playlists here, and I'm sure this channel has playlists too. Yep, so you can click on any of these and just find loads and loads of stuff. Super interesting. This is a channel that you can subscribe to. And then this last example I have here for a channel is just like, it's all Peel sessions, like loads and loads of stuff that you've never have listened to. Some artists here are bigger, like Swell Maps, The Wedding Present, Nirvana, Firehose, loads and loads of stuff. What I'm saying here is that you can find a channel that specializes in something. They will have tons and tons of stuff uploaded and playlists that you can dig into and just, treasure hunt until you find stuff that's like, whoa, super cool, and discover something really neat. Speaking of playlists, this is a playlist that I made. It's all Björk remixes. I went through pretty much all of her early discography, actually all of her discography period, just finding every single remix that she had officially released on CD, on vinyl, on anything. And this is something you can spend a whole day just digging through and finding cool things. Some other playlists. This is a really good one from another good channel. This is Indie Jangle Guitar Pop 80s 90s. Whoops. Just loads and loads and loads of different things, and you're going to find things that you've never seen or heard of before. This is another really cool one. This is 1,400 songs here, but it's 90s classic garage deep house. Wicked awesome. Just unbelievable. So if you could get on YouTube, find channels, find playlists of stuff that you kind of want to check out, save them, dig through them. What I do is I find just one song that I like, and if you could find an upload of it that isn't from a topic channel, then check out the channel, see if it has other releases that are uploaded on there. See if they have playlists that they put together. Go to the comments and dig through. Some of those channels make playlists of their own. They can be privately shared, and you can check them out and see what's up. Or if there's a style you want, let's say you want to get in the 90s classic garage deep house, just put in the search bar 90s classic garage deep house and see if there's a playlist, and you might find something like this. I think that's how I found this one, to be honest. And just save it, and there you go. You can dig through like crazy and find loads and loads of things. So that's how I use YouTube personally. I have some playlists as well that I make, although they're not super consistent. Just randomly I'll make playlists for an old radio show or something. If you want to subscribe, I totally recommend. So that's how you can use YouTube. Let's move on to the next method. Alright, so the next platform I'm going to be using here is Bandcamp. Bandcamp is just brilliant. It's made primarily, or actually solely, for independent music makers, independent record labels, distributors, stuff like that. And it is unreal. And the amount of stuff that's on here is great. And it's great as you can directly support the artist or label. Obviously you can check out each thing, listen to it a little bit, but at some point it will ask you, hey, if you like it so much, why don't you buy it? So anyway, we're on my profile here. You can go ahead and follow it if you want. This is just my collection, just stuff I've picked up over the years. But my collection actually isn't that impressive. My wish list is more impressive. This is just stuff that I'm wanting to check out. And you can save all this stuff if you go through and just click and listen to it. I'm not going to do it for I don't want to just play random music on here, but you can go through and listen to something, and if you kind of dig it, you can add it to a wish list, and it's excellent. It's a great way to find new stuff. And if you are wanting to check out other things that are similar to it, we're going to go and just click on a random release. Here's a good one. This is a great band. I clicked on this one because it is assigned to this record label called Middleman Records. If we click on it, we can see there's loads and loads and loads and loads of releases, including these. I think these are probably podcasts. I'm not entirely sure, but this is just an example. There's others like, let's see. I'm going to see if I can find another one I recognize. Let's try this. Let's see. Kyoto Jazz Massive. Compost Records. Perfect. So you can click on this. Oh, there's only only a handful, but this is another example. Here, more from Compost Records. Here we go. Okay, this is more like it. So you can dig through and find loads and loads and loads of things. It's super awesome. And another thing you can do too is that, let's go to my collection again here. We'll click on let's go ahead and shout out HIGH FLATTERY. Is a good friend of mine. You can see here whoever else supported it. You can go to their profile if it's public. Mine is, so you can click on mine, and it'll pop up their profile here, and you can just kind of search through and see what else they're listening to. So if they're listening to stuff that's similar to you, check out what they have, and they might have more things that you might be like, whoa, this is really good. I've never heard of it before. So as you can see, I have a load of things. I bought a lot of Balinese gamelan stuff a while ago. Some Alex G skin cells and lightning bolt. This is just going back in time now. Bandcamp's great for that. And like I said, you can directly support artists. So like, I purchased this for, I don't know how much, but just supporting the artist directly. It's a great thing to do. And you can follow the artist / record label, so they can send you email notifications, stuff on Bandcamp, if there's a new release, if there's a tour going on, if there's new merch. It's just incredible. Now, Bandcamp's a pretty massive thing, so the chances are you probably have heard of it, but if you haven't, it's a perfect avenue to find loads and loads of things in the independent space, which is just an infinitely massive, avenue for music discovery. So the next platform we'll be talking about here is Discogs. Discogs primarily is a music marketplace. I'd say it's kind of like the eBay of buying music. So records, cassettes, CDs, any type of medium you can probably think of. If it's music related, then you can probably find that on Discogs. But I'd say a great secondary function of it is for sure the Wikipedia-like, being able to browse loads and loads and loads of different blue links on the site. And I'm going to show you kind of what I'm talking about if you haven't used the website before. Here's the homepage, whatever, but let's go to my collection here. This is kind of like what I have personally in my collection. Let's go ahead and click on like a random one. Actually, I wanted to click on this one, Charlie XCX Pop 2. This is a really cool record that I found at a record fair. It's an unofficial release, but you can see here, you click on the release, you can see, when it was sold. Obviously you can't buy, unofficial stuff on here, sadly, but, if you could, you'd see here what the lowest price was, median price, high price, and a bunch of other statistics about selling it. But just pushing that to the side here, you can see all these blue links here. It's kind of like Wikipedia, and so you can click on, let's say, just Charlie XCX here. It brings up her artist profile here, and you can see loads of stuff, some sites, links, variations, and then all of our albums are right here. All of our singles are right here. Compilations are on the other page. You can click on any of this. So let's see, let's switch to a different artist here and find something a bit more obscure and underground. Oh, perfect example. Inner Ocean Records. This is a really cool record I have. It's like lo-fi hip-hop. It's a great label. I've been following them since high school, whatever. You can see here, we can click on the label here. So let's go ahead and open this in a new tab. We have the record label page, all the stuff that they've released that's on here, of course. And you can go to their website. Their Bandcamp is here. The guy who founded it. You can go to each artist. So here we are with this compilation record here. We can click on any of these musicians is Beichulgi here. This is a really excellent lo-fi musician from Hawaii. This is a great album, but you can click on this. It's just a random artist. Just crazy. You can click on, the record label, the album itself, the genre, like, let's see, down tempo here. Now we're getting like all the down tempo releases, an overview, all these different albums and artists that do this type of, I'll do these types of styles and releases. You do it by decade. It's crazy. Just the stuff you can find is crazy. And recently I've been into like Motown. So I've been digging through Motown and seeing what I can find. All these different artists, all these different musicians. You can click on any of them. You can dig through. This is a great way to find like, deep tracks, deep cuts. So for example, like with Sade, you can go to her singles, or I should say there because it is technically a band. But you can go to Smooth Operator. You can see there's 2 tracks here, Red Eye and Spirit. If you just kind of know Sade, you would probably never hear these tracks before because they're B-sides. They're like obscure. They're not on an album. So that's a great way to, find tracks like that. You can also find like compilation stuff, over here. Obviously, this is a computer interface. You can use this on a phone. It might be a little different on there, but another thing you can do too is it's not just the artist and the label and the genre, but it's also like all the people involved. So, for example, if you want to see what else Paul S. Denman has been doing, he's the bassist of Sade. You can go through, and this is his whole portfolio of stuff that's been released. Loads and loads of different stuff. Here's Sweetback, the band that some of the Sade members were in. You can click on the engineer. It's crazy. You can just go on and on and on forever. Keep finding stuff. You can click on random record labels. This is a great place to go down crazy wormholes and just discover some crazy stuff that you never ever would have seen otherwise. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist here of how to use Discogs, to your favor. You can also make lists as well. If I go to my lists, for example, like these are, kind of lists that I've made. Let's see here. If I go to, I guess, top tier jazz that I F with. This is a playlist I made a long time ago. I didn't really finish it or anything, but you can make lists of really cool things that you like. It's a good way to organize stuff that you have and stuff that you want to get. And like I said, this is whoops, why did I do that? If you really, really, really like the album, then you can purchase it from people. It's pretty cool. You can have like a want list. This is all stuff that I would consider buying. But yeah, Discogs is great. I would definitely consider using this to discover new stuff. If you use it for shopping only, and you're not too certain on how to kind of navigate these blue links, well, hopefully I showed you a little bit. If you've never used the website before, check it out, because the function that I showed you is just insane. It's overpowered. You can find loads and loads and loads of stuff in like no time. Loads of stuff that you can probably like if you go by label or artist or engineer or something like that. All right, so next up I want to talk about blog surfing, and this is a great method because it's very, very well curated by whoever's running the blog. And so I personally have like 100 different blogs saved in a folder on my browser. But I'll just show you some examples of what I'm talking about here. This is one called Aquarium Drunkard. I'm not subscribed to them currently just because, I'm broke. But this is really, really cool because they make these posts and they post these stories and, these biographies and these different playlists that they put together, and it's loads and loads of cool stuff. This one here is On the Turntable. This is a great blog, by the way. I'm shouting out Aquarium Drunkard because I think it's a really, really cool website here. But there's loads of stuff, and from weird niches that you wouldn't expect to ever dig into. I've gotten loads of these cool mixtapes. Here's a West Indies Christmas. There's this one like Jamaican Christmas, tracks from Groove Merchant, post-punk compilation. It's like really cool. You get to find stuff that people can put together. And this blog, I believe, is ran by many different people. But it's cool. It's really neat. I don't know. It's hard to put into words, I suppose, but seeing what other people are, into, and digging deep into those icebergs that, they find so interesting as well. These Japanese private press ones are super cool. There's loads of these. Light pollution, roots of ambient jazz. Like what? Like neat. It's really cool to get into that style. Here's another really cool blog. This is one that I've kind of been following for a while. If you're into like experimental, out there weirdo music, as a lot of people call it. This one's called Snows of Gethin. It's a Canadian-based blog, and they just post these really cool, like genre-spanning albums and artists that tend to be on the experimental side. And I've actually found some really cool stuff on here. My initial digging into ambient music has been through this website. And so this is another one that I totally recommend. And there's some free jazz here. There's a Don Cherry one right there. A bunch of ECM. ECM was the label that I was crazy into a few years ago, especially. So it's cool to see that here. And then here's another one. Endless Exotica. If this is another really cool genre and style of music that it goes back to the 20th century. It's the kind of the 50s and 60s Hawaiian music that people say are really the white version of Hawaiian. You get loads and loads of different Exotica releases on this one. Super cool, like tons of albums and releases, and of course it's all put together by a variety of people. So really cool. And then there's the ones that are usually run by like one or two people, and this is on Blogspot. And like here's two examples I have here. This one's called Drifting with the Ice. It's mostly emo and indie stuff like that. It's just loads and loads of stuff. They usually link to other ones. They have tags. This is a great way to find new music. All these different bands. Like I'm trying to see if there's any that I know very well of. Well, I know Ashen. Let's see, Autumn Leaf is really good. Let's see. Just scanning through here. Well, you get the idea. The last one I'll show here is this one called Mad Rodder Treasure Hunt. This is a person who lives in Indonesia. He's an expat living there, and he just finds, or he/she/they just finds tons of stuff that would never otherwise really be leaving the region he's in. And it's mostly cassettes, some albums, some CDs, loads and loads of cool things that it's just like, whoa, like this is from a really cool part of the world that you really don't hear much from. And this is just, there's so much on here, it's unbelievable. But how do you find these blogs? It's a great question. Well, what I do mostly is if I don't randomly run into it, for example, like I don't remember how I found Aquarium Drunkard or Snows of Gethin. But I know with these types of blogs, for example, does this say Versus? Sorry, a little bit of a tangent here, but Versus is a great band. I don't know if that's the same Versus as the band I'm thinking of. Anyhow, I'm so sorry. It's probably not. This is a band called Dina. But what I do is I will look up an album that I really like. For example, I'm not going to do it here just because I don't know what the results will be. But I really like the album Terraform by Shellac. I don't know if there's any Steve Albini fans out there, but I'll Google Shellac Terraform and then Blogspot right after, and you can see if there's any blogs that posted it before. You can check those out, check out the pages, see if there's other things that they have that you've never heard of that you might really mess with. So really neat. That's a way you can do it. These ones here, you probably look up Exotica blog and you can pop it up. Ambient blog, you could find this one as well. So stuff like this is really cool. And if you use social media, like for example Instagram, I follow the Instagram equivalents of Snows of Gethin and Aquarium Drunkard, and then the YouTube equivalents of Drifting with the Ice and Mad Rodder. They have YouTube channels. So if you stumble upon those, they might link it directly to their websites where you can find all this really cool stuff. So I call it blog surfing. It's a really, really fun thing to do. And you can find loads and loads of stuff, again, curated by people and not an algorithm or AI. one thing about my channel is I'm, very much against AI. So you're not going to be finding much AI generated stuff on here. So this is all homegrown, handpicked by people. It's super, super neat. So this one is one that I haven't really been using for that long, but I'm starting to use a bit more. It's this cool website called Mixcloud. It's a pretty big website now, but not everyone knows what it is. And basically, it's people, it could be anybody. It could be me. It could be you. You put together like a little live stream or a little radio show or a mix or a playlist, and you can upload it to this website and people can check it out. Like I said, I just started using it, so I'm only following this one guy, Murphy Motown Man. It's really neat. He goes through a bunch of like Motown releases and R&B. Really neat. I would definitely check this guy out. It's very interesting. So super neat, but there's loads of different styles on here. I think I have some bookmarked of different, like I think some Exotica as well. I know we just talked about that Exotica blog, or music from localized areas. Loads of blogs make Mixcloud playlists. Really neat. It's just a quick thing I wanted to mention. How do you use it? You go to the website, you can just search up whatever you want. I'm sure right now, I'm going to look up Exotica just because and see what happens. Here we go. We have these different channels, I guess you could call it. And, it's these different users, and you can just check them out and see what they have and see what they're talking about. Really neat. And I guess, similar to podcasts, but this is more interesting. It's a radio show, I suppose. It's a great way to find loads of things. I see Exotica here in the tags and genres, but there's another one there I'm not even going to mention. Really neat. Loads and loads of different stuff. And you can look up, countries too. Like I'm going to look up Thailand. You can probably find stuff from Thailand that you've never heard of before. If I look up just Thai here, really cool stuff, and it's users from all around the world. So this is cool. This is another easy way for people to kind of curate what they like. If they don't have a blog, they can use Mixcloud, and they can talk directly, kind of like what I'm doing now. So Mixcloud is awesome, and I totally suggest using this one as well. Now, the last thing I want to mention really quick is this one service. It's kind of like a file sharing service called SoulSeek. I really don't know how to use it myself yet, but I've heard tons of people, especially on blogs, mention that it's a great way to find stuff that you never would have otherwise. I've heard a lot of local bands will upload stuff on there. And I guess on that note, also like archive.org has loads and loads of stuff, especially a lot of live recordings, demos, and compilations, stuff like that. That is freely available, to listen to and check out. Super cool. That's pretty much everything I wanted to mention about finding music utilizing the internet. I'm going to do another video very soon about how to find new music using physical means, whether it be word of mouth or, collecting stuff directly. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of CDs and records. I also have a lot of cassettes. So hopefully this was a good start for your music discovering journey. I hope I can help you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I would love to answer them. I think I'm pretty good at finding new things at this point. It's kind of a skill I've developed over time. I used to have a radio show, so, I always having to find new things, and just jumping down these random rabbit holes and finding these niches. But anyhow, thank you for watching. I hope I could have helped again. And like I said, any questions, let me know. So go ahead and subscribe for some more music commentary. I'll be uploading more in the future. In the meantime, I hope you can find some really cool stuff if you just dig for that treasure. And, a quote that I like to say is that there's no such thing as a bad taste except for an unoriginal one. That's the only type of bad taste of something that is unoriginal, if you're, kind of just faking it. You don't need to fake it. There's loads of stuff out there for you to check out and really love. And, a taste is fully customizable to what you like and what you enjoy. Anyhow, I'm not going to ramble anymore. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. This is Eli from Good Tiger, Bad Tiger, and thank you for watching.